All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the second half of the day here at Center Stage. I hope you enjoy your break and ready for more insightful talks. I'm sure many of you spotted online trading shift towards prop trading economics, and many are curious whether the model can truly scale in Africa's trading environment. In our next session, the $25 problem, can prop trading crack Africa? Our speakers will explore conversations, acquisition, and the impact of regulatory on distribution. Here on stage, our moderator, François Duplessis, I hope I pronounced it correctly, market analyst at ATFX Africa, and panelists who are top prop traders experts. So if you are ready, please give them a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this amazing session. So I know our topic today is a little bit more controversial, and we are going to get into that just now. But before we do that, I just want to give each one of my panelists just an opportunity to quickly introduce themselves, starting with you, Nathan.
Hi guys, Nathan Meyer, CEO of We Funded Prop Firm. We've been around since 2024, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, hello everybody, my name is Jacob. I'm CEO of ForTraders.com. We are a prop trading firm on the market for more than 3 years, offering trading crypto, forex, and futures, so multi-asset prop firm. Yeah, that's it.
Hi everyone, I'm Joseifa from Match Trade. We are technology, payment, and liquidity providers for brokers and prop firms. I've been into the industry for 6 years. Very excited to be on this controversial topic, as Francois said. So yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. So, gentlemen, my first question I'm not going to direct to one specific person. So whenever you want to jump in on this. Okay, so, as the title of this specific panel refers, we are referring to the $25 problem in South Africa. Or not just South Africa, Africa as a whole. Now, within the continent, we have the majority of our clients. They are very used to depositing $25 or $50 into their accounts. Now, with props, obviously, there's a specific upfront fee that needs to be paid, firstly, for the client to be able to take the challenge and so forth. And a lot of those are slightly out of the, let's put it this way, $25 budget. So how are you guys, is this a problem for you guys? Are you facing this? How would you see us overcoming this? Who wants to go first?
Maybe I can start because it's a little bit funny. I was checking our data before this discussion. What's the average order value in African countries? And for us, it's $29. So the topic of the discussion is $25 problem. So yeah, I can confirm that for us it's $29 actually, and it's not an issue. That's actually the beauty of the prop trading, that it's increasing the addressable market for the retail traders, that we can address almost everybody. And really, the traders can start with prop firm like us from, I think, $20. That's our cheapest challenge. So, and that's one of the most favorites in Africa. So yeah, people in Africa are going for these lower accounts, and it's not an issue for us. We are built like that, to support this trading, and then people can scale and go up once they are better in trading. But for the start, I think this is good way because you are not risking too much money. And it's a better way actually, I think, than to open the brokerage account and lose all your savings, because usually minimum deposits are higher. It depends on the broker by broker, but yeah, that's it.
Nathan?
Yeah, I think the way that the prop industry has actually evolved is that it is leading to that way where it's more accessible now for the African market and for most markets as well. So it's not really becoming that much of a problem. I think it's a shift of actually moving people over from brokerages to prop firms. So that's the $25 problem that we're actually sitting with. But in terms of getting people to actually participate in a challenge that's probably $200 or $500, and shifting from actually depositing to a broker where you only need to deposit $25, you've got high leverage and you're able to do all of those things and scale up or flip accounts, it's actually there where we see that it's a bit of a challenge. So it's about changing the narrative in that concept, and basically just changing your marketing and being able to target the right market in terms of the pricing and closing the pricing gap in those ways. So, like I said, it's not really a challenge that much, like Jacob said as well. Prop firms are heading in that direction where they're actually closing the pricing gap and making it more accessible. So we're seeing that, like he says, with the data that's available, we're able to adjust and prop firms are evolving to make it more accessible for traders. But we struggle with getting traders to actually shift from the broker mindset over to saying, you know what, come over to a prop firm where there's long-term sustainability in you actually becoming a successful trader. So I think that is more of the conversation that's actually to be had.
So I want to go off script here for a second, just building on that statement, okay? So we're stating here that there is obviously the struggle with the transition from, FX broker accounts over to prop firm accounts. And it's primarily because, across Africa, across South Africa even specifically, we have a lot of social media influencers. We have people pushing the narrative of flipping accounts, taking $25 to $500 over, a couple of days and so forth, which, as we all know, is not sustainable. Now, within the prop space, you guys actually encourage people to trade responsibly. You have set rules, you obviously provide the client with more capital and so forth. So, in your opinion, where's the barrier? Is it education? Is it just a lack of knowledge on the client's end? Is it a price? Is it a pricing issue? Is it a $25 problem? What do you think?
Okay, yeah, so just to actually extrapolate on what we were talking about now earlier is the $25 problem is what I said earlier. It's shifting from broker deposits to actually saying, you know what, let's participate in something from $29 or from $69 and actually start purchasing a challenge where we can start working within a framework that actually creates successful traders. Like you said, we create the framework for traders to actually be successful. When you are trading with a brokerage, you sort of left to your own devices, right? You deposit your money, you know that, okay, you're going to deposit, you're going to risk, you're most likely going to blow your account, and then you're going to redeposit, right? So that's the cycle that we go through. So that's the psychology that a lot of traders are stuck in, and that's a habit that they've been, or emotional cycle that they've been stuck in for a very long time. So now the challenge is, how do we actually break that emotional cycle? And so, you know what? Stop depositing, risking, blowing, and redepositing, and actually just go and take a $29, $69, $200 challenge, and actually see if you can work within a framework where a blueprint exists that's being created for you, because that's what the prop firm is. It's a blueprint for successful traders, right? So you've got all the information on your dashboard, you've got everything available for you to actually become a successful trader with the capital that's being allocated to you as well. So, yeah, it's the pricing issue we sort of solve. The psychology issue is something that we're trying to tackle at the moment. And then we're trying to say, like, you know what, let's refine the product and fit the product for the market, which, like we're discussing now, the market being Africa.
Jacob?
I can add a little bit more data again. I have two interesting data points which I checked. In the last month, just in the last month, we onboarded more than around 20,000 traders from African countries. Most of them is Nigeria. It was around 15,000, and the rest is the rest of the African countries, to our free trading tournaments. And from these people, only 1%, or nearly 1%, it's not the 1% at all, converted to the paid customers. So it means that the pricing issue definitely is there. The second data point which confirms that is that from African countries, we can see that around 30% of the card transactions are not processed successfully because insufficient funds on the card. So, and these transactions are usually in the value of $20 to $100. So there is definitely the pricing issue in Africa region, and we must build our products for this region. So it means cheaper products with a little bit different rules, and also we are trying, to educate the people through our trading tournaments, like what we are doing here today. We are doing these tournaments also online, where more than 50,000 people are playing every month, and a lot of them is from Africa. Actually, it's around 20,000 just from the last month. So we are trying to onboard the people this way and teach them trading, hook them to our platform, to show them how platform operates, that it's easy to use, and then we hope to convert them to the paying customers.
Absolutely fantastic. So, again, let's expand on that a little bit more. I mean, for traders, you are obviously operating in multiple regions across the world as well. And, as you said, 20,000 new accounts within Africa. How does that compare to your other regions?
In Africa, the volume is extremely high. In comparison with Europe or the US, we didn't have these numbers. I don't know exact numbers from other side of the world, but if I say that 50,000 people are playing the tournaments, the free tournaments every month, probably like 20,000 is Africa, another 10 to 15,000 will be regions like India and Southeast Asia, and the rest will be the rest of the world. So I think that from the US, maybe it will be a few thousand, from the Europe, it will be a few thousand. But from these regions, we are converting the customers much better to paying customers. But the difference is that in Africa, there is a very big volume, but very low conversion rate to the paying customers. And the same is also for the India and Southeast Asia. It's very similar.
Yusufa?
I just also wanted to add to what Nathan mentioned earlier is that the problem and the hardship of switching clients or traders from the traditional retail brokers into the prop firm. I believe the problem is not only pricing. I've seen cheaper pricing from a technology perspective before, but still the problem was there. Big part of it is also educational, but I think what we really need to show to the traders, the value proposition is that if you compare the retail traders today to prop firms traders, the value proposition shifts from direct market access as in the retail trader to, let's say, scalable capital. Let's be honest. If you have a $25, you deposit it with the broker, what can you do with that? Most brokers don't even allow you to trade with it, right?
True.
But when you take that money, you get into a challenge. With a prop firm, it might give you an access to $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000, which it goes beyond just trading. I think it also, if you were taking that into the African traders, I think that goes to financial inclusion as well, because it gives them an opportunity to raise capital, to trade. It might even change their lives.
Yeah, and that's the last sentence is very important, because we heard this sentence like a very much all the time on our trading tournament arena, where traders are really saying, hey, this is changing my life. I want to change my life. I want to, go outside of Africa. That's my dream. So for a lot of people in Africa, the trading, and especially these $25, is something which can change their life.
It's actually true, yes. For someone who's coming from the continent and the region, understand exactly the value of $100, could be a lot for someone here.
You cannot do it with the broker, because as you said, with $25 you will probably you have the minimum deposit which is higher. So with the prop firm you can get a $5,000 account, and it's not easy, definitely. Not many people pass the challenge, not many people get a payout, but there is a chance. Around 5% of the people from all people who are buying the challenge get the payout. It's still quite a good chance, I think, for that money. So still the chances and the return of the investment, it's much better from my perspective than on the brokerage account.
Fantastic. I think I'm going to direct this one directly at Yusufa. From a technology and infrastructure perspective, you guys play a major role in this as well, okay? And your role is in shaping trader behavior as well to an extent, So how can we assist on this? Is it, a platform change that needs to take place? Is it a dashboard, risk tools, analytics? Jacob mentioned card transactions declining earlier as well, maybe offering different types of PSPs on prop trading as well, So how do you think, from your perspective, there can be assistance in fixing the $25 problem?
I think it's not just the trading platform, but I believe the whole trading infrastructure plays a very major role in shaping the trader's behavior. So if we take this from a trader's perspective, if I'm a trader and I have a very, advanced, clear, real-time risk management dashboard, I know exactly where are my drawdown limits, I know exactly where are my targets, I know if I enter this trade at this price, it's going to change my drawdowns to this amount. That's going to help me a lot to shift from more into impulsive trader into, more disciplined and consistent trader. And if also we are looking to this from a prop firm's perspective, there are lots of challenges, let's say, to enter the African market. One of the biggest problems is that the payment service providers, like you need a local payment service provider. Today, if we're talking about South Africa, or if you're talking about Nigeria, or if we're talking about Kenya, you need a local payment service provider, and you need your trading infrastructure to be integrated with that one, because the cost of just that transaction could be way more higher than the value itself, right?
Which could lead to the payment decline.
Yes, exactly. So I believe from a technology perspective, the trading platform, the whole trading infrastructure is very important in this part.
Fantastic. Nathan, you being more local in that regard as well, and obviously having worked with other prop firms on your end too, from a prop firm perspective, how do you view Africa as a market? Is the challenge mainly, as the title states, that traders can't afford the entry cost, or is it more that many traders are not yet conditioned, as you stated earlier, within the structure of having a more rule-based trading approach, applying or abiding within the drawdowns, the maximum loss, and even the consistency requirements?
Yeah, I think, let me actually just go a bit off and back a bit. So South Africa is a very exciting market, right? But it's very misunderstood as well. Very exciting, very misunderstood. And we need to understand the culture of trading in South Africa. So South Africa is very IB-led and very trader community-led as well. So there's a lot of information that filters down from the top, right? So we've got a massively strong IB network because it creates opportunity for young traders in South Africa. It creates opportunities for the youth. A country that has a high unemployment rate and all of those type of things. There is value in going the trading route or seeing what other opportunities are available without just sitting in front of the screen and actually actively trading. By becoming an IB, by becoming an affiliate, by becoming all of those type of things, that actually then starts earning an income for you outside of just being a trader. Right? So it's a very exciting market, but we need to understand the culture that exists with trading as opposed to other regions as well. So look, the pricing issue again, like I said, for South Africa, it's an issue, but it's also not an issue. We need to change the mindset of, let's not be trading aggressively. Let's be trading more disciplined, but let's start breaking that cycle that you guys are going to chase me off the stage, but that bad cycle that brokers created in South Africa, right, for the last 10 years, of making the entry or the accessibility to trading so low and basically allowing traders to risk so much to where you now have this gambler mindset, to where you want to flip accounts, to where it becomes that emotional cycle of, I'm going to, like I said earlier, deposit, risk, I'm going to blow my account and then I'm going to redeposit again. But what that creates as well. I've said it to many people before. You can become a good trader, but you can become very, very good at losing as well. So you can become a champ at being a bad trader, right? So that's sort of where a lot of brokers lead traders. And I think the answer or the question is, how do we switch that off? And how do we turn on the other thing? Into saying, but prop firm trading is available for you. Let's not trade like gamblers. Let's not be aggressive. But like I said, we need to understand what is happening from an economic standpoint and from a culture standpoint as well. Because, as I mentioned, you've got the unemployment, you've got youth that are looking for opportunity, you've got a hungry youth, you've got a trader community that's booming every year. Let's create a product that has more value for them outside of just buying a challenge, passing that challenge and getting access to that capital. We need to create a whole value ecosystem for these guys. So I think that is how we actually need to tackle that issue, by bringing in value, right? And that means fitting the product to the market, like Jacob said, like Josefa said as well. There's no direct answer to it. It's refinement that happens over time, and it happens with understanding exactly what's happening in Africa and South Africa specifically, like you asked. So yeah, that's the long answer to a very short question.
Absolutely fantastic. So I know I'm having way too much fun and we can go on for like another hour, but we're running out of time and I do want to give some guys an opportunity to ask some questions. So I think we're going to take 2 questions. So we have one over there, gentleman in the white shirt.
Here we are.
Oh, thank you.
Please also just state who your question is directed to.
I think my first question is relating to Hazlifa. Sorry if I call it your name very badly. In terms of the technology perspective, right? I've been trading with few prop firms. I've experienced them and I've seen.
Can you just please raise your voice up?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, way much better.
Oh, okay, thank you. My name is Clifford, by the way. I've been trading with few prop firms. So on a technology perspective, yes, the payments you did mention about that, which is very crucial. However, there is something which is also very crucial, but I don't know how it has been addressed up until to this situation, which is a copy trading, right? Where the payout are declined because of that. You know, they will pull up the records from someone, for example, in Pakistan, because, for example, now it's your session, I'm buying gold, that person is buying gold, and they're saying, no, the trades are the same, and you guys are doing copy trading. So how are you guys differ from other prop firms? Because it's something that I've been through, and I've seen it. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. To answer it, I believe that as a technology provider, we have a role to play when it comes to, let's say, we help in certain parts when it comes to support our clients. So we help when it comes to transparency. We want to make sure that this client that we're working with is actually giving payouts. We have a trading certificate which it shows basically a payout certificate. This is one of the things. If we take this also from a trader's perspective, we want to make sure that we always develop the tools and the risk management tools to help the trader adapt with the different market conditions. So you want to have a very easy, simple, user-friendly trading platform and risk dashboard as well. You want to make sure that also that such some features, like for example, like add-ons or even dynamic add-ons, or as we call it, like challenge boost. Let's say you entered the trade, everything was right, but at some point, it just went against your direction. So in this case, an add-on can help, or even a dynamic add-on can help in that way. Also, what we want to make sure that, especially, and this is very, very important for our African traders, because unfortunately, like a lot of African traders are still struggling with internet connectivity. So what you want to do is that you want to trade with a platform that actually designed and optimized to work and in a very low bandwidth connectivity. Because you might actually hit your drawdowns just because the internet was bad and you weren't able to exit a specific trade, right? And I think it happens a lot. It might have even happened to the people in this room, yeah?
Absolutely fantastic. I think let's do one more question and then we're going to call it. Gentleman right here in the front.
Sweet. How's it, guys?
Just a little bit louder.
Yeah, okay, cool. Like better? Sweet. So my question is just that I know we're talking about the $25 problem. I've seen I work with a lot of prop firms on the email side, and we have seen a lot of the firms now starting pay after you pass. So you start with maybe like $9, $10, you do the challenge, and then you only pay like the actual activation fee. Have you guys seen that helping maybe more in the African countries? Just because I think maybe they're worried about, okay, they're going to spend $25, $50, $60, $100, and then something goes bad with the internet, and then they have a drawdown. So have you seen that something that could maybe potentially help in the African sort of countries in general? And anything where you think the prop firms are going to go more in that direction? Yeah.
We are preparing that type of pay after pass challenge also. We want to try it. Because the answer to your question, I don't know right now, so I want to see what will happen. We will introduce it within the next week. And it's actually, as you said, it's you pay something before, you pay the rest of the challenge when you pass it. The rules must be a little bit stricter on the funded phase to justify all this like rule change and pricing structure. So then it's a little bit more difficult for traders on the funded stage in exchange for the, you pay just a small fraction of the fee before. The issue, which I know that is here in the region of the Africa, is that you pay, let's say, $20 before, you have the $20, but then you must pay after pass another $100, but you don't have these $100. And the issue is that, people are basically writing all around the social media, trying to get some, loan or something to pay these $100. And I don't think it's, it's similar like with other, like a consumer small loans, which I'm not a fan of. So I don't think if it's good for the whole ecosystem and for traders, but we want to see also. We want to try it, but I'm still not sure if it's good thing or bad thing.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. It was just a question. Sweet.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to every single one of you. This was absolutely amazing. I wish we had another 20 minutes. And thank you for everyone here as well. Please remember that we are all available throughout the duration of the FMS Expo as well. So please feel free to come and talk to us afterwards as well. With that, please assist me in just giving them all a round of applause and thanking them for their time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.